It's a poem I wrote recently after being in Hawke's Bay, reading some poems out loud in front of some people. And I wrote this. And some of those poems were about things that had happened in Hawke's Bay. So I wrote this. It's called Reading Poems in Hawke's Bay, about writing poems in Hawke's Bay, about poems in Hawke's Bay. I can't write in Hawke's Bay. In Hawke's Bay, I cannot write. I'd be better at visual art. Someone could give me a pencil and I'd easily draw a blank. Open to interpretation, but that's okay. And it's most certainly as it is, because it's not okay in Hawke's Bay to write a poem. But as I recently found, it can be okay to stand proud and read aloud in Hawke's Bay. I did it one day and hope to do it again. And I remember when I first went to a poetry reading, it was in Hawke's Bay. And I remember when I first wrote a poem, it was in Hawke's Bay. And maybe it resides there still in some way. Its heart is there, even if mine isn't. That old typewriter took such a beating. I hit down hard on those keys, punched in the start of endless stories, poked at letters and did my level best to form words and sometimes sentences. A page or two would fall most nights, and with a heavy lid or two I'd face the next day. But I can't write in Hawke's Bay these days, and many will say I never could. I learned to not write there, and learned to write there too. And I don't know if I'm better at not writing or writing, but I know now that it doesn't matter, since it's just something to do. Something to do as much as something to be. Hawke's Bay is in the title of some of the poems. It's in the fabric, in the bones. And so it doesn't need to be in the heart. It doesn't have to have a part of the soul. It can grow apart from the soul. It's there, still, and if I ever said I didn't care, I'd be protesting far too much. As such, this will be my final word on that, until I read aloud again in Hawke's Bay.